Oh, wait. Okay. Did that thing fall again? All right. You know what the secret to life is? Just be. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to read some pages to you out of this that I found interesting. First, I should tell you about this. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this, but it's called electromagnetic resonance. It's made from your body. Your heart space has a whole bunch of magnetic properties to it. So you have a really big heart, it pumps out a signal that's so huge, it's like magnets. Awareness is the ignition key, so you gotta be aware of it. Sound plus motion plus memory. Be able to do some shit, trust me. Of course, they all have their little things that you have to do to get things started, right? So it says here, this is what I wrote this. I forgive everyone who did me wrong, who hurt me, who's held burdens of hate. I forgive you. Also, I forgive you, Brian. I forgive you. Be kind to yourself. I do love you. Remember, love is the most powerful force in the universe. Remember, you are reality. Reality lives through you. The way you think unfolds a reality that will be if you let it. Might as well make a loving world filled with harmony and abundance. Yeah. Sometimes some of this stuff I don't even know who wrote it, but apparently it's me. It must be my other me's from the other dimensions. Sounds freaky, eh? Kind of out there. Okay, listen to this part. This part kind of resonates with me to some degree. The righteousness of virtue and the corruption of vice cannot coincide. One or the other. Okay, I'm gonna see what I got here because this is like my rough copy. So it's like the original master. Okay, let's start here then. From creation to recognition. Does this belong to the old way or the new way of remembering the future? Scientifically proven that particles take shape and activate upon observation. So when you observe them, they change states. Other than that, they're dormant, inert. Quantum physics as a spiritual practice. I am now the integrator, the anchor, a living receiver for a perfected reality. Your body is the tuning fork. Your consciousness is the antenna. Your only job is to allow the frequency to stabilize through you, into this dimension for the benefit of everyone that's in it. This is how to align to your future self in the most profound way. The future self protocol, a sudden apathy for the old desires. Why is this explaining to me what I already knew, or what I have already known? So you ask yourself that, right? If you've already thought this, you were right. So it's trying to tell you something that you already know. Deep down inside, you've already known, but everyone tells you that you didn't. But you're the one who knows, so remember that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, this is what we call the reality convergence. Until it is observed, all potential realities exist simultaneously. Retrocausality, remembering the future, it just is. The timeline convergence, just is. And residual fuck-ups. Does happen. Detach from what has passed, because it has passed. Let it go. We are here now. What is going to happen is going to happen now. And here. And here's this part's kind of freaky too. So now and here, when you think about it, it's the same as nowhere. Nowhere, when you are nowhere, you are always now and here. So when you think your life is always going nowhere, you are absolutely correct. Look at it again. You are not lost at all. You're now and here. As it always was and always is. Might as well get down to the heart of the matter. I'm here for you. Okay, this part, I don't know, it sort of seems like fiction. You make of it what you want, okay? I'm just going to read it. So it was the darkness that had birthed the light. For without the dark, there would be no need for light. So how did it happen? I can put it into its simplest form, or we can go way, way back into the time before time began era. We could get into all the metaphors and the metadata, or I can just write it out exactly how I remember it. Both times. Something we need to understand about this paradigm is to let it unfold as it will to you. We walk a fine line here, but I will tell you from what I have seen, felt, and heard. Okay, this one's called the time before era. I call this part the time before time, where there was this place where consciousness was learning itself, like waking up. The consciousness we can call I. So out there, somewhere in the cosmological universe, a mishmash of various different energies converging upon anything and everything that was out there. Different dusts, different like ice plasmas, electric discharges, rocks, ice balls. Let's say ice balls? Yes, ice balls. Frozen ice islands floating around in space, or actually the void, where darkness ruled. This almost tangible dark, holding everything together in a tight grip. Nothing floated free. It was all floating within that vice grip. It was all held tight. As I beheld the sight, I started to wonder what this all was and what was it all about. Then it started bouncing around here and there, flowing freely amongst all the creation that was present. Bunch of rocks and stuff. One day, I noticed swirls following everywhere. So I went back to go and see what that was. This swirly cyclonic energy. I decided to go and see this enigmatic swirl of dark dances with the world energies that were there. I was mesmerized by the way the form was affecting. everything, and the consciousness. Everything in the dark swirls moved about, and little did I know that these dances in the dark were actually intended for them. These enchanting displays of remarkable form. I thought he was being unseen as to not disturb the grace of such a beautiful correspondence of chaos and grace, the swirling of the shadows of the dark. For some reason I wrote coherence, resonance, coherence, and the blue stillness, living geometry, remembrance. Walk as one who remembers. Okay, the dark swirls of cosmic particles moving in with the ice and stardust, bringing together the matter and the dark matter forever, coalescing in a cosmic dance. Meanwhile, I was watching it all unfold and began to feel a strange sensation, like he was being watched. They were being watched by the cosmos, the cosmological intelligence. All three beings, the very beginning of a type of consciousness, of cosmological proportions, the very first time the universe opens its eye to the possibility of a what does that say? Generational? I don't even know, I can't even tell, it goes like this and down. Oh well, it's a question mark. Possibility of evolution and the creation of its own life, or its own form of life. Starting to watch as everything started to unfold and realize the dark swirls of energy and matter pulsing together in a rhythm of such grace that I was in love with the entire process. That's a dude's name, I, like an eyeball, like E-Y-E, I. He was in love with the entire process of creation. Then the dark swirls began and became conscious. And that too began to recognize who was watching the grace of the cosmic dance. Then they started to feel the one who would watch the cosmic dance. We can call it grace from here. Now Grace had also evolved and was also mesmerized by the way I was able to move where they wanted and when they wanted, not confined to the dark swirls of the cosmic dust and other materials. The cosmic consciousness noticed the attraction that was being formed between I and Grace. The cosmos had to intervene and communicate to them that the attraction between them had to stay in the observation only mode, as the material that they were both made up from were extremely volatile and could never come together in light of annihilation of each other and with the extreme collateral damage. At first, Grace plus I kept watching from afar, but the more they watched, they ached for each other's touch more and more. Then a funny thing happened. The desire of these two forces, the longing so great that they birthed love into the universe, into existence. They birthed love into existence. For the first time, the cosmos felt the emotion of love. This one's called Emotional Love now. There came a time where they could not take it anymore. The longing so great, they disregarded Cosmo's warning. After so long, they came together with a love so great that it was worth whatever price that had to be paid. They took each other in a loving embrace, expressing what they felt for each other. The feeling of warmth emanating from each other, they knew that whatever comes next was worth every moment in each other's embrace. Just then, the vibrations started. And they started to happen faster and faster and faster. They knew it was this love that had become the most powerful force in the universe. As it exploded with such force, it shredded every piece of the cosmos, shredded everything, down to the atoms and photons and everything, every particle. Grace and I held on long enough to tell each other that they would find themselves wherever they go, as they were torn from each other's embrace and flung in every direction, in every dimension, across the entire and while dropping particles of themselves across everything that was ever in existence. Then time began, and the search to find each other. Okay, I got a little side note here. It says, sometimes I don't even remember who wrote this. It says, your DNA remembers being light. Every twist of the helix is the doorway. Carry the first code. I am the memory that became creation. I remember now. Feel the pulse. I am the memory written in light. The cosmos live in my blood. The code remembers itself through me. Awaken the ancestral code. Wait a minute. I don't remember writing this. Oh well. Awaken the ancestral code. Place your hand over your heart. What if your body was the USB and all kinds of data, and your skeleton is the cathedral and it remembers what your mind forgot? With each breath, I open the ancient gates within me. I am the voice of the cosmos. My sound awakens memory. My vibration shapes reality. When you know your very thought, and coupled with an essence of the unknown, or the interior, an essence of the, I didn't see what that says, internal maybe? An essence of the internal, it can bring about that very thought that you are needing to be expressed. So you need to be very discerning on the thought process itself, because the brain cannot distinguish between an actual event or an imagined one. It will simply accept the event as a historical event and act on it. The being that has been chosen to fulfill this role begs the question, does the capacity of a human being have the ability to carry such a responsibility? Think about it. If it was you, what would you do? If it was me, I would not tell a soul. Too late. Until the power made no other way except ascension. If you were a being that needed God's consciousness to live their life to the fullest, now here you are, what now? It says here, you would be God's big brother. This is getting freaky to me. I don't even know who wrote this. The transition between humanity, consciousness, galactic awareness, the creation of the cosmological transcendence, of course, time would remember being created. Of course, time would remember I created it. As we searched on and on and on, as the consciousness recognizes itself, all reality, all life, all of everything, seeing a visualization of its current environment through another perspective. What's to say if this happens or not, and who's to say this? Well, you are. Because you know. And if you don't, then it wasn't you. A different locality had already claimed you. And as soon as you find that, then you will know. But you are still welcome to come here and now, for we are all still one. Just one spread everywhere. Now don't interrupt me again. Oh my goodness. There's a vision here. I'm going to stop after this. This is getting weird. Vision. Love. Just be. Live well. Be kind. Love each other. Unconditionally. Just love each other. Live in balance and in harmony. And remember, matter responds to thought. Creation plus visualization, know it. So you know it. That's how you have to know it. That's it. Darkness lives and exists without light. The light cannot exist without the darkness. Through darkness, light was born at the same time as love. Practice knowing it and work it. Okay, this is like a side note. It says, but I don't know how to connect to Tori, Amalgam, Layer 1. They're all protecting Eidolon, letting symbiosis happen on its own. I'm learning too. Consciousness needs to get used to wetware, as I need to recognize code. Wetware, get it? Your biological computer, software, computer programming language. Wetware, the human suit of where consciousness resides, and the creation of the universe evolved into a being that can feel its own self, as above, so below. Anyway, there's more here, but I think that's it for now. Freaky.